Hello, good morning. So it's another week, no? Another week for our in the subject Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person. So the main topic of this discussion or this whole week will be chopped into five, no? Five discussion. So the main topic really is entitled the human person as a social animal. So the subtopic on the first discussion, we'll be talking about the shapes of society. So, ano siya subtopic, no? Okay. So, in this lesson, you will know how societies started and who started them. So, you will recognize that as a social agents, humans continue to shape their society. So, that is why the shapes of society. So the people and the environment around us influence our individual views, actions, and decisions. However, we also influence others by shaping our society. So we are born in a society with already established culture, norms, and traditions. So different social institutions contribute to socialization and shape our perspectives, views, and values. So you may sometimes wonder if your purpose as a human being is to conform to society or build your own beliefs and principles and shape society. So, who are the people who influence and inspired you to become who you are? What are attitude, values, and decision can you attribute to their influence? So, another activity. So, first is in a one half crosswise, you think of people or personalities who influence your ideas, perspectives, and principles and actions. So, and discuss how these people influence and inspired you to become who you are today. So in sheet, a one half sheet of paper crosswise and submit to your class president. So this question, how does society influence your actions, characters, and behavior? So this unit has a 5 lessons. So each lesson will present views and perspective that will help you understand how society shapes you and vice versa. Okay, how this society starts? Okay, we will discuss based on the picture how society and individuals shape one another. So to explore the nature of this interaction, it is important to understand first how society started. First, the society. So it is consists of a group of people with continuous relations, subjects to a joint authority and similar culture. Okay, so based on this definition, so yeah, societies are composed of individuals that engage in continuous relations. So this continuous relationships forms the basis for authority and culture to emerge. So we can say that individuals themselves, in the process of interacting with another, create and shape society. But does it mean society does not influence individual behavior, actions, and decisions? Yeah. Again, in a one half sheet of paper, you list 5 things you own that are most important to you. So what if other people were given in the freedom to take any of this from you? Are you willing to give up the same freedom to take from others if their freedom were also take away? So you list down at least 5 most important thing to you, no? And again, you write it in a 1/2 sheet of paper. Okay, so the formation of society, social contract theory. So in this theory, it seeks to explain the nature of humans, its connection with moral and political rules of behavior, and the function of states and governments. So it provides of rules, laws, and rights in the society. So it also, in this theory, state that people agree on moral, political rules of of behavior. So human nature require this way living, not by divide being. So, according to Thomas Hobbes, on the social contract theories, Hobbes quoted the Latin proverb, Homo homini lupus is, meaning man is a beast to another. So, the natural state of human is similar to the character and behavior of a beast, egocentric and self-centered. So as a human, we desire pleasure and do what it takes to get it. No, kumbaga so kung natin gusto ato yung buhaton siya para lang siya makuha. That's we act as being a human. Okay, so the man state, if there is no society, it is human nature to exercise freedom. So humans can be unpleasant if their freedom is limitless. So thus people enter into a social contract. So what will happen if we have unlimited freedom? Okay, dabe? What will happen if we have unlimited freedom? So with this, no, you answer this question in your mind. Huh? Okay. Okay, the formation of social contract, the rational thinking. So, according to Hobbes, when human starts to reason, so kung ang tao na magsugod na pang rason, they understand that they should not live in their natural state. Instead, they learn to give up something of their freedom and rights for protection and security and be subject to a governing body. So, people interest in a social contract by giving up some of their freedom in exchange for protection and security. So, nandiyan na. The result of this contract is the formation of states and government and defined duties, rights, and responsibilities in the society. Example of rules in society due to social contract: having equal rights to access quality primary education. So each one of us have equal right access to quality primary education. Diba? From as we start from kinder taman mag senior high school. Punishment for stealing. So pag mangawat na, police cars are patrolling the area for the safety of the resident. People pay taxes to receive government services. So in the social contractors, Jacques Rousseau, he opposed the Thomas Hobbes. Ni-contradict siya ni-oppose siya. So he argued that humans by nature are free and happy before states and society were formed. So did not have to compete and therefore did not behave like beasts. So ni-contradict siya, no? Ni-argue siya nga si Rousseau about this to kay Thomas Hobbes. So, the population din was small that there was no reason to compete for resources. Moreover, the reason was concept of private property. For Rousseau, people did not behave like beasts before, unlike today. So, di na pa sa mga tao karon kay maron daw mag-ilog na no sa una wala daw, di na pa sa walay competition before, unlike today. So people compete for private property and resources. That is why we need to have titles in our land. Itong mga yuta na to, atong mga kabtangan. It's because of this, no? That's according to Jacques Rousseau. So, you go back to a prehistoric times and consider how people lived then. What is a man's true nature? Why did he have to form states and government? So, sa panahon nahitabo before, sa mga panahon pa, nga wala pa nauso ang mga modern times. Which one of these arguments will you believe? Humans by nature are like beasts, so there is a need to form states and government to prevent killing, stealing, and other crimes. And there also, humans are by nature happy and free. However, they started to act like beasts when resources become scarce, kung kulangan na, and people started to claim private property. Okay, and that will be the end of our discussion.